Good morning, everybody. We're here in the SoNA 2019 special edition of the Daily Tribune. This will be a almost a whole day affair. So we're here to discuss the pre SoNA events that or views. We're hoping to get the view now of Senator J.B. Ejercito, who has been a previous guest.
Yes.
And he was very eloquent about the projects and the advocacies that he had given prior to the elections. Well, here's Mr. Ejercito.
Good morning to all our viewers from all over the country, from all over the world. Sa lahat ng nakasubaybay sa Daily Tribune, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Let me fire the first shot. Senator JV, during the third SoNA of the President, yung mga pinaka malalaking items dun sa speech niya, you were a big part of those bills which became laws, no, na sumuporta dun sa SoNA niya. Sabi nga nung banner namin today, promises delivered. These are the things that he delivered. So let us talk about the universal healthcare muna. You were the top endorser of that bill. Tama, di ba? So ano ba yung
Principal sponsor?
Principal
Actually,
endorser. What can the people expect now that the president is really pushing for the UHC to be implemented?
Well, it's one of, I would consider the universal healthcare law as a very ambitious measure. It's but it will be a game changer in the healthcare system of the country. No, medyo ambitious talaga ito, pero no law is perfect, pero at least we have already made a giant step, no, towards that dream of having an effective healthcare system for the country. Para sa akin kasi, no, I'm also former local chief executive. For me, for you to consider your governance to be successful, no, dapat mayroong peace and order, dapat mayroong maayos na educational system, and of course, last but not the least, the healthcare system. Kasi ito yung mga talagang ramdam at nakikita ng taong bayan, no? And especially in a third world country, we are a poor nation. Ang malaking bagay na tuwing magkakasakit, no, lalo na isang miyembro ng pamilya, yung maramdaman nila yung presensya, maramdaman nila, they should feel that the government is there to assist them. Especially, ang problema natin dito, sabi nga minsan, pag nagkasakit, lalo na serious case, seryoso ang at malala ang illness, minsan lahat ng naipon, lahat ng napundar, nagkakautang pa, no? So, ito yung mga nakita ko when I was mayor. Probably this is one of the things that really pushed me to really work for the universal healthcare. Talagang ubos no? Talagang ipon, utang, so
financially disastrous.
yes, so kaya maganda rin nagkatugma in the last SoNA of the president na talagang he already gave the instruction to pass the universal healthcare program na so happened na ako naman ang chairman ng Committee on Health. So we really worked on it, no? Double time. Lahat nga isinantabi ko na no? Talagang we really prioritize the universal healthcare law, and dalawa yung landmark laws that I was able to pass in that period, no? Also the creation of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development. These are two landmark laws that I'm syempre proud ako na although I did not make it to the Senate this time, at least I will be leaving a legacy, a lasting legacy that is intended to improve the quality of lives of our people.
Senator, pag may mga nakakausap kami ibang lawmakers, ang sabi nila, madaling gumawa ng bill, madaling magpasa ng batas, madali ito maaprubahan kapag walang budget. Yung dalawang bills mo na naging batas, medyo sabi mo nga ambitious,
Yes.
mahirap yan. Paano ang gagawin ng gobyerno para mapatupad to ng maayos?
Well, that's why it took us a year after. Ang House version, nagpasa sila 2018 pa lang. No? Maaga. Pero alam niyo sa Senado, sabi nga nila minsan, ang Senado ang naglilinis, nag-aayos. And we wanted to make sure that there will be adequate funding. We do not want to pass a measure that is unfunded. Para naman tayong nangako na hindi natin tutuparin. Kaya it took us 1 year. We wanted to make sure na meron tayong pondo for the implementation. Yung the first 2 or 3 years of the implementation of the Universal Healthcare Law is already, meron na yan, nakahanda na yan. We will be using present appropriations from the Department of Health, from PhilHealth, from from PCSO and PAGCOR also, no? So pagsasama-samahin natin into one Universal Healthcare Fund. Kasi ngayon meron naman yan eh. Kaya lang magulo. Merong pupunta PCSO, may makukuha. Merong pupunta ng PAGCOR, may makukuha. Merong PhilHealth, meron sa government. So it's we have funds, but it's not strategic. So by combining all of this together into one Universal Healthcare Fund, we will ensure a more evenly distributed distribution of assistance and more strategic, na hindi na yung kung saan-saan pupunta. So parang parang one-stop shop na, so to speak, na hindi na kinakailangan tumakbo, pumila pa sa iba't ibang ahensya. We will now have one general Universal Healthcare Fund.
Sa syntax law, meron ding appropriation na manggagaling.
Oh, definitely. In fact, ang PhilHealth nag-improve ang kanyang coverage and funding when the syntax was passed in 2012. As I have mentioned, the first 2 years of the Universal Healthcare Law will be funded already. But going the 3rd year onwards, baka dito tayo magkulang kasi nga we will expect more claimants, we will expect more beneficiaries because lahat na ito malalaman eh. We have a growing population, so we might need additional funding. That's why I've been pushing for additional syntaxes, no? Either tobacco or alcohol, to augment the funding of the Universal Healthcare Law. There's time.
And to cut the consumption of alcohol.
Of course, yes.
Which is
Kasi
better for health.
Kasi ganun din eh. Especially sa smoking, no? I think yung cardiovascular, yung respiratory, these are the top diseases that the government spends, no? Karamihan sa puso, sa respiratory. So kung mababawasan natin to, mababawasan din ang gastos sa gobyerno. So one good feature, one salient feature of the Universal Healthcare Law is we will strengthen the preventive side. Kasi ngayon curative tayo eh. Bago ka maka-avail ng benefits, bago ka makakuha ng assistance, kailangan magkasakit ka muna. Kailangan ma-hospital ka muna. So we will change that, no? We will now strengthen the preventive side. Kasama na rin na isinama na po natin ang check-ups ngayon, basic laboratory test, because ang tingin namin, ang tingin ng authors, ay we will save a lot of money if we will be able to prevent. No, yung hindi na siya mag-progress. Kasi magastos kapag nag-progress ang sakit. So by strengthening our preventive or preventive side, I think we will be able to save, the government will save a lot of money.
You mentioned check-up. Every time he goes to his doctor?
Siguro annual check-up and basic laboratory test. Because we have to spread it out. Hindi naman siguro, kasi kung bawat check-up naman, kawawa naman yung iba.
Yung iba, yes.
So probably annual check-up and the basic laboratory test will, importante, annual, no? So at least early detection and prevention can really save lots of money, not only for the patient but also for the government as well.
2 to 3 years, you really need to come back to the SoNA. You're needed there.
Well, we'll see. No? Actually, sabi ko nga, I don't know what the future has in store for me. We do not know what will happen. Of course, I have to be honest with you. if given the choice, I would really like to go back because
Yeah.
I love my job.
Yes.
I feel that I was able to contribute, and I'm especially during budget season, no? Kasi half of the work of the Senate as the vice chair of the Committee on Finance, parang dito ko nararamdaman yung fulfillment because I defend a lot of um, the agencies, the departments, no? DOH, DOTR, DILG, sa Housing, PCO. So, yung mga vital, important departments, I was the one defending for the past 3 years.
So this took most of your time. Hindi ka
Yes.
nakapagkampanya tuloy.
Oo, actually, tsaka yung pag-push ko sa Universal Healthcare Law and Department of Housing, it took until February bago na pirmahan ni Presidente. So, while the others were already campaigning, I was still working on it. So, medyo nahuli rin. Kaya nga siguro, I had a slow start, no? Medyo mababa ako nung umpisa kasi nga hindi ako nakapag-kampanya. But nonetheless, what is more important as we will leave a legacy, lalo na Universal Healthcare Law and Department of Human Settlements, which I feel will be game changers in the healthcare system and the housing industry.
Pag-usapan natin yung sa housing approach ng government. How different will it be with the present?
With the passage of the Department of Human Services. Ang nangyayari kasi sa atin noon, with the present setup, no, i-implement pala yung housing Under the HUDC or the Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council, we have 6 key shelter agencies. Andiyan ang Pag-ibig, NHA, HGC, National Mortgage, Socialized Housing Development Corporation, HLURB. So, 6 yan, no? Each with their own mandates, each with their own programs, each with their own projects. So, kumbaga, hindi siya coordinated. Kikita mo, kanya-kanya silang board. So, I think with this present setup, nakita naman natin na hindi maganda yung naging housing program in the past 3 decades. We have, hindi lang substandard, yung lagi nating naririnig na complaint, pero aside from that, yung production is slow, and at the same time, yung occupancy, marami sa mga napagawa, lalo na in the past administration, AFP-PNP Housing, and Yolanda and others, ayaw naman tiran. Diba? So we are throwing away
good
money, no? Billions, no? So hopefully, like, yung product, the measure on the Department of Human Settlements creation is a product of all our hearings, investigation on the Yolanda, Pablo, disaster, rehabilitation housing, the controversial AFP-PNP housing. Kumbaga, dito nakita ko na, dahil nga kanya-kanya sila. We have 6 shelter agencies. So, we are now combining all of these 6 key shelter agencies under one roof. So, pagsasama-samayin na natin, at least isa na ang kumpas, isa na may direksyon na sila. So, hopefully, this will improve also the housing program and prevent a repeat of what happened in Yolanda, Pablo, Sendong, prevent a repeat of the AFP, PNP, BJMP, BFP housing na sayang, no? So, hopefully, it will be corrected under the creation of the Department of Human Settlements.
So ano yun, Senator? Basically kasi, the problem is, the rich guys can take care of themselves. Pero yung socialized housing sector, ang laki pa rin ng...
Well,
gap,
yun nga,
diba?
yung backlog nga. The present backlog is 1.2 million. Yung immediate.
So,
And it
how
will
does this
swell.
measure, can that measure, I mean, is that measure designed to close that gap?
That's why, as I mentioned, yung production is one of the problems. We are only producing less than 200,000 units at present setup a year. 150 to 200,000. We had 1.2 million present backlog. It will swell up to about 5 million by 2022.
Houses yan, We're talking about
Houses, kung hindi
Yes.
tayo kumilos.
Okay.
So, we have to do something drastic.
We're losing our land, Is the government not thinking about building?
Yes, that's one of the things that we are
vertical
pushing in the in-city, in near-city housing. And we have done that, no? Ako proud ako. Tapos we have done that in San Juan. Meron din sa Valenzuela, and
These are buildings.
these are medium-rise buildings. No?
Ilang floors yan? Ilang
5-story.
stories?
Kasi walk-up lang.
Yes,
we cannot
walang
put
elevator, yes.
we cannot put elevator.
Yes.
Meron nga nagsasabi diyan, gagawa daw siya ng skyscrapers as socialized. That is not possible.
Yes.
Kasi sino magme-maintain?
Yes.
Doon pala sa maintenance problema na. So dapat yan 5-story ng maximum. Medium-rise housing.
Yes.
And you can build so much, no? In per hectare, you can build about 400 units already. So,
That's for
maano
400 families yun.
400 families. So, nagawa namin yan sa San Juan, no? The government, the LGU provided the land, and NHA, Pag-ibig, all of the housing agencies, sila nag-develop. So, as long as the LGU is very supportive, kaya naman ng kasi ang pinaka-biggest component yung land eh. So, hindi rin naman kaya ng national agencies. So, we will push for
Tulong
medium-rise housing, for especially for urban areas.
Kasi, Senator, yung housing, the past two administrations, parang yung housing sector, ginagawang political accommodation.
Yes.
Binibigay sa Vice President. Parang walang yung skill to manage the agency.
Well, siguro
Parang
nagkataon din na we were able to pass the measure. In the House, si Congressman Albi, alam naman natin yung father niya is one of the housing czars. So, nakakaintindi siya, definitely. Ako naman, so happened also, in the Senate, I was also a developer before I entered
Politics.
government service. No? So, nagkatugma. So, sana lang ang ano talaga natin, ang ma-appoint sa mga positions are those that are really have the knowledge and technical know-how, no, on the department of the agency. Kasi talagang problema pag sinabi mo ang political accommodation, mag-aaral pa eh. You know? So after a year or two pa, tsaka pa na magka-produce. So that has been the perennial problem. Hopefully this time around, we will have by having the Department of Human Settlement, sana ang may lagay doon talagang knowledgeable already on the industry.
During the last SoNA by the President, hindi niya na binanggit yung solution to the EDSA problem, yung traffic. No? You're now saying, government support to the families by providing them with houses, healthcare, okay lahat, but they can't move.
Yes. Actually, maganda yung, alam mo na, hindi ko alam kung nagkataon, pero all of these things, I was the one pushing in the Senate, in the 16th, actually sa House pa lang, and I continued it in the Senate. No? I defended the budget of the DOTR, and I was also the one who defended most of the major projects ng build, no? Yung PNR North Line, yung Manila Subway System, sa BCDA naman, itong bagong Clark International Airport Terminal, no? That 12 billion facility. Tapos, the Mindanao Railway System, nasisimula na rin. So, I was the one who defended all of this. This has been my advocacy that the country or the Philippines we really have to invest on infrastructure development. This is the only way to go because with a growing population, rapid urbanization, hindi na tayo makakagalaw no? At the rate we are buying cars, 20,000 to 30,000 every month, we will have a dead gridlock in the next 5 years kung hindi tayo kumilos. So, I'm a believer also that if you invest in infrastructure, we will be able to spread out the development to the countrysides. We'll be able to decongest Metro Manila. We will also give the chance for other areas or provinces to develop by investing in infrastructure. So, yan talaga, one of the things that I really support the President, yung kanyang build program, because of that belief. Yan yung paniniwala ko na it is the only way. Sabi ka, railway is the only way that we can spread out the development and we can solve the traffic problems. So, hindi lang natin masosolve yung traffic congestion, but we will be able to spread out the development to the rural areas.
Hindi na aabutin ni Presidente to.
Siguro partly, tatakbo, no? Hopefully, the rehabilitation of the MRT, would improve. Buti na lang, bumalik na ang Sumitomo. Ang suggestion ko, para maramdaman natin bago matapos yung term ni Presidente, total yung NLEX, SLEX connector is already being constructed. Dapat ito 24 hours na eh. Because I don't see any solution for us to be able to improve EDSA traffic. Kahit lagyan mo ng 1,000 more or 2,000 more enforcers yan, it's sheer volume eh.
Yes.
Wala ka na magagawa. Kahit 1,000 enforcers ay dagdag natin dyan. Ganon din yun eh. Di ba? Walang pupuntahan.
Yes.
But if kinakailangan talaga i-rush natin yung NLEX, SLEX connector para yung lahat ng galing south, pupunta north, north going south, hindi na dadaan ng EDSA doon na. So that will greatly decongest EDSA. Ang isa pang problema natin, sayang. I also passed the emergency powers, sayang, no, to be granted to the president. Hindi lang naipasa.
Hiningi niya yan.
Oo, sayang kasi we really have to reform and we really have to do something radical, no? For example, EDSA lang, pag-usapan natin. In EDSA alone, we have found 150 bus operators. 150.
How many buses siya?
I think 3,000 to 4,000 buses, no?
Every day.
Ang dumadaan araw-araw dyan sa if you will include the provincial buses. Ang hirap nun 150, no? Dapat yan, tatlo, apat. Dati, alam ko, 4 lang yan eh. Alala ko ng bata ko, yung JD, Metro Manila Transit, California Bus Lines lang, di ba? 4 lang yan eh. Parang ang dali mong idisiplina. But with 150, it's almost impossible to really discipline and coordinate.
Wala pa yung kolorum dyan.
Wala pa yung kolorum doon. Wala pa yung kabit. Wala pa yung buntis. Di ba? Na tinatawag. So, it would really take emergency powers to be able to to cleanse, and improve the system. Sana kung may papasa, that would greatly help. That would also greatly help in the fast track all the big ticket items, lalo na sa mga right of way problems. Diba? So, maraming we are in a crisis situation, I think. I would consider our transport situation now as we are already in a crisis situation. Kasi kung normal lang ito, okay lang tayo magantay. But I think we are already in a crisis situation.
Can the president do something about it in his last 3 years?
Well, kasi nung tinanong siya last time, kung ibibigay sa akin hindi, okay lang. Parang gumanon na lang siya eh. He did force the issue eh. Pero
But after several weeks, meron siyang binabanggit about EDSA, yung 5 minutes, kaya niyo yung Cubao to Makati, ganyan.
mangyayari kung yung NLEX, SLEX matapos na. Palagay ko, pwede. Because that will greatly reduce the problem of siguro yung mga dumadaan sa NLEX, yung from north to south and south to north, kung malilipat sa NLEX, SLEX sa connector, that will greatly reduce the volume.
Bubuksan ngayon yung from Buendia to Plaza de Lao. That's about nearly 4 kilometers.
Okay din yun, pero not unless we have, tingin ko, that would help, pero dinala mo lang yung congestion doon sa Plaza de Lao. Pero kung binuo mo yan, hanggang NLEX na, yun ang talagang makakatulong.
But that was the design, di ba? That is the design.
Opo. Kaya nga sabi ko, we really have to rush, lalo na yung Plaza de Lao going to north na.
Gusto mo 24-hour.
Oo, dapat
sa ibang
24
bansa,
hours,
ganun, di ba?
Oo.
24 hours.
Ang problema sa atin, hindi naman makatrabaho na maayos kasi nga, hindi masara talaga yung But siguro sa gabi talagang i-rush nila 24, kung pwedeng 24 hours. I think that's the only solution that we can ang nakikita ko para talaga ma-improve ang EDSA. Otherwise, it's all band-aid. Kahit sabi ko nga, magtambak ka ng enforcers dyan, kahit na 1,000, 2,000 idagdag mo dyan, bali wala, it's volume.
President Duterte also needs to leave a legacy. Ano yung mga nakikita mo ba na pwede niyang maiwan at this point?
Well, ang nakikita ko talaga, yung push niya sa bill, long overdue. At least he's the only president na talagang pinush niya. Siguro, ang problema sa ating mga Pilipino kasi, because probably of the present political system, na 3 years and 6-year term, wala tayong long term eh. Ang tinitingnan ng mga leaders, yung kanilang terms, yung medium term at yung short term, kung ano yung may iwan nila. So, talking about legacy, alam ko, nung panahon ni President Estrada, 1998, They were already talking about the North Rail and South Rail. They were talking about the Clark International Airport to be the secondary airport to Metro Manila, to NAIA. That was 1998. 2019 na ngayon. Ngayon pa lang nabubuo yung Clark. Ngayon pa lang ginagawa yung North Rail. So that we lost about 20 years. Di ba? So, dalawang presidente dumaan, wala nangyari. So at least si Presidente Duterte, at least kung masimulan man niya yun, kung di man matapos, at least sinimulan niya na. Hopefully in 5 to 10 years, mag-operate na halos lahat ito, and that will greatly improve our economic situation. No? Iba yung conducive kung yung one of the things that investors are looking at is the infrastructure. Kung titignan mo ang ASEAN, we are maganda rating natin, Moody's, Standard & Fitch, investment grade, pero wala naman pupunta sa ating investor. Saan pupunta? Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and now Vietnam. Talo pa tayo ng Vietnam. They are getting 3 times investors as what we are getting. It's because of our high cost of electricity and poor infrastructure. So, ako sana tutukan na lang ni Presidente in these remaining 3 years are those 2 things. Electricity, power, on how we can have adequate and stable supply, and kung paano natin mababa, at pangalawa, yung infrastructure. Yung dalawang bagay lang. Tingin ko,
Very basic. No?
very basic. Palagay ko ito yung naging napabayaan sa ating bansa no? Yung kuryente natin, mahal na, kulang pa. Di ba? So, marami sa mga multinationals that have been here, Intel, Colgate Palmolive, multinationals, nandito na dati, umalis pa. So, how can we attract investors kung hindi natin maayos ang ating power and infrastructure? So, sa akin itong dalawa. Talagang dapat tutukan.
Tingin mo, Senator, it's about time to reintroduce the idea of, for government to re-embrace the idea of producing power by nuclear fission?
Well, ako open ako dyan I know it's a controversial, touchy issue.
Pero,
Dati, nibanggit nun. Walang nagbabanggit na politiko nun But it has been demonized kasi. But,
yeah.
I've been doing a lot of traveling this time, lalo na ngayon ako'y jobless. I just came from Eastern Europe. Nakikita ko, ang karamihan ng energy mix doon, it's really nuclear and renewable. It's a mix. No, yung renewable, maganda yon. But it's only supplement. Hindi mo pwedeng, hindi ka pwede mag-rely kasi intermittent yan di ba? So we need a stable baseload energy source that can only be derived from bunker, diesel, coal-fired, or nuclear. So we need a baseload energy source. I-supplement natin and complement it with the renewable. Okay yun, di ba? Ang France, balagay ko sila na yung successful na nuclear and renewable energy mix. So ako, if it would improve our situation, especially yung power situation, why not, di ba? Siguro marami rin sa mga tao ngayon, millennials especially, are now more open to it, di ba? So, and if you would compare the cost of electricity, yung present energy mix natin, coal, diesel, kahit geothermal, renewable, ang average cost is 5 to 6 pesos per kilowatt hour. Pero pag nuclear tayo, it's only 180 to 250.
Ang pinag-uusapan kasi pag ganyan yung safety
Of course, safety will be primus ang concern naman natin. But I don't think Europe, United States, Japan, mas safety conscious ang mga ito
And
diba?
40 years before yon, problemang yon ngayon.
And also, if for the information of everybody, China is building 50 nuclear power plants to replace all their coal-fired power plants kasi problema nila yung pollution diba? So they are building 20 at present na nuclear power plants. So kung ang China ay nagno-nuclear na, ang Vietnam will be building 2. So, doon ako natatakot pag ang Vietnam nag-online ito, mas bababa pa ang presyo ng kuryente nila. Baka wala lang tayong mawala ng investor na.
Senator, yung last tsunami sa Japan, di ba? Meron silang nuclear
Yes, yung Fukushima.
facility na...
Yes.
But hindi naman
Well,
ganun ka...
Ang
yung
tingin ko doon,
fallout?
ito sa design flaw, no? Kasi nung nagkaroon ng earthquake, nagka-tsunami, nalunod yung
backup power.
hindi, yung generator niya were located at the basement o nasa baba. So nalunod siya, namatay yung generator, nag-overheat ngayon yung nuclear reactor. For example, itong Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, it is 19 meters above sea level or 60-70 feet, no? So yung highest recorded tsunami, hindi man lang aabot
Doon.
sa foot ng Bataan Nuclear Power Plant. And yung nakita ko, yung pinunta ko, I've been there thrice yata, no? Ako lang yata ang senador na unang-unang tumapak doon dahil nga out of curiosity. Yung kanyang generators were located nasa taas. So, mas maayos ang design niya talaga. Hindi nasa baba. So, kung may mangyari man, at least nasa taas siya. So, and mind you, yung Bataan Nuclear Power Plant was maintained properly by the National Power Corp, by the NPC, no? Napocor.
So, pwede pa yan?
Maganda, maayos, no? If you will rehabilitate it, we need about $1 billion to make sure yung safety, palitan yung mga hoses. Siyempre, we cannot take chances. Ano yan eh?
Iba yun.
Nuclear yan eh.
Senator,
It will need about $1 billion. But if we are to build at present prices, $6 billion. So, and ngayon, ito, we spent about $2 billion for it. It's just sitting there. The last payment was 2007. Natalo tayo sa kaso, bayad na po yan. Yan pa aari na ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Sa akin, ba't di natin pag-isipang gamitin? Kaysa naman nakatiwangwang lang. Diba? And if it would contribute, ang sa akin lang siguro, subukan lang natin. Pag may isa lang napatakbo niyan, and it is accepted, safe, probably we can build more. Kung maibababa natin ang cost of energy, so much the better.
And yung safety issues naman na resolved na
I
over
think
the
so.
years.
Yes.
Even yung sa Japan, hindi naman ganun ka yung spread nung...
Yung spread. Oo.
so, ganito, Senator, there is that, yung resistance naman is obvious. Tell us more about that. Is that something artificial? Is that something that can be changed?
Masyado lang na-demonize tingin ko. No? Probably there are things
Where does that
are...
resistance come from?
Well, kasi ito yung Marcos era project.
Sa policy makers ba? Sa government mismo?
Politicians, the church, the left, the right, the left, more. Na-demonize siya kasi probably it's because it's a Marcos project. Ang hindi alam ng taong bayan, President Cory Aquino issued an executive order allotting 50 million a year for the upkeep and maintenance of the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant. Kaya nga hanggang ngayon maganda ang kanyang kondisyon. Probably at that time she had questions on corruption, no, on issues kaya hindi pinagamit. Pero why would she execute an order allotting 50 million a year for the upkeep of the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant? That means she is open also for the future use.
And yet, that
And probably
facility
that,
remains.
siguro yan ang isa sa mga rason ba't tayo nagkaroon ng power crisis in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Oo, I remember
tayo.
that.
Kasi nung hindi na yan tumakbo, hindi na nadagdagan, nagkaroon na tayo ng power crisis na nag-take advantage naman yung Ramos administration with the IPPs na yan naman ang nagpataas ng kuryente natin, no? Yung PPA na yan. So, ewan ko ba, napakarami nating mga problema na self-inflicted, nakakalungkot pag isip mo.
And in the meantime, the problem will still be there. So,
Well,
So-
kaya nga, we really have to, again, going back, the Duterte administration has to concentrate on two things. Infrastructure, total tinutuloy, sinimula
including
na,
power, you mean?
tuloy-tuloy na. We have now to find ways on how we can have stable and cheap electricity. Now, that by 2024, naku, yung ating malampaya, mauubos na.
Yeah.
That will be a problem as well. So, we have to fast track also on the energy sector to find other sources of energy that are cheap and reliable.
From where you sit, do you think power generation is a potential bomb down the line?
Pag hindi natin na-solve yan, I
Hindi
think it
na-solve.
will be a problem again. We will have another crisis. So aside from the transportation crisis, we will now have energy crisis again.
So,
So,
knowing the president, would you? What is your gut feel? Will he speak? on
well,
it?
at
At
least
the
nga,
SoNA?
ang si Secretary Cusi, open din eh. No?
Yeah.
He's open to
Yeah.
nuclear or open to exploring new things. So,
Yeah, he is. Yeah. We
yun lang ang akin, no? I think hopefully in the next, itong last 3 years si Presidente, focus on transport, focus on infra, and focus on power. Yun dalawa lang talaga. Para so that we can assure economic development in the coming years.
we need power to manufacture things.
Definitely kasi lumalaki ang ating population. Yung requirements of energy is also growing and we cannot attract investors not unless we have cheap and reliable sources of energy.
Wow. And Vietnam is breathing down.
They're
our necks
building
kung
2
bakit.
nuclear power plants. China is building 20 at present. Alam ko 15 ka na
Vietnam,
itatayo.
dalawa.
Ah.
Maiwan na tayo.
Yun ang aking worry. Pag
We
nag-online
dismissed
yun,
those
bababa
guys
pa
10
yung
years
presyo nila.
ago.
So mahaba ang hahabulin natin.
Medyo mahaba-haba.
Uy, you run
Mahaba-haba.
senator again? Post for that.
Oo nga.
We'll see. Sana. We'll see.
I
Right
will
now, I do not
volunteer
want
to
to-
work on your desk.
Parang-
So make sure that
nagkaroon
you
ng
do.
fluke eh.
At least nasimulan naman natin. I hope that hoping that the next 3 years of the president, sana talagang tuloy-tuloy na. Yung infra, tuloy lang. Yung power talagang, hopefully talagang magkaroon tayo ng new sources. Tsaka yung basic services, no? That we left behind universal healthcare and yung sa housing.
Kapag may nagkasakit na tao, maaalala ka na. Dahil
Well, probably one of the
Diba?
reasons also nung sabi ko nga noong una, siguro ka sa pagpasa ko na ito, ano na to? Sure win na ako.
Sure
Kala ko
ba?
ganun. Kaya lang siguro probably hindi pa kasi implemented eh.
Mhm.
Hindi pa naintindihan. Hopefully, by the time it's implemented already, naintindihan ako ng universal healthcare law.
Kahit si Presidente nangihinayang na
Nabanggit naman ni Presidente, syempre, I'm happy that the President mentioned in one gathering na nanghinayang siya na hindi, I didn't make it. Kaya lang, iba naman yung circumstance ko kasi, kakaiba. I mean, having two brothers and two members of the family running together, it's really suicidal. So, at least I'm still happy that I was almost overcame those circumstances. Muntik pa rin.
But with all of this, the good one did more.
Yan ang happy na rin ako. Actually, we had the IRR signing of the Department of Human Settlements last week.
Mhm.
And my challenge to the housing agencies, I hope that you can make it work with the new department. Sabi ko, basta maging successful tayo, we have better production, we have better quality houses, reforms in the industry. Sabi ko, parang nanalo na rin ako nun.
Mhm.
Kahit na wala ako sa Senado, as long as the measures that I have passed will become successful. So, hopefully, and hopefully universal healthcare din. Sana ma-implement na maayos.
Bago ka namin pakawalan. Yung tinayo nyo na building dun sa San Juan, gaano katagal itinayo yung 400?
Which one?
Yung sa housing mo.
Sa housing, it will take about 2 to 3 years. 2
Ganun
to
lang
2.5
kabilis.
years. Oo. Ang we have initially we had 4 buildings.
Aha.
Totaling about 400 units, almost 400 units.
100 per unit?
Almost 100 per unit. 370, hindi naman eksaktong 400,
Yes,
but
yes,
almost. So we have 2 more that were constructed for employees naman, tapos yung for the foreman settlers. So at least simulan namin sa we were able kasi ang kailangan sa in city or near city, we want to put a stop to the vicious cycle. Kasi nangyayari noon for the past decades, pepwersay natin umalis yung informal settlers, pepwersay mo ilagay tapos sa Cavite, sa Rizal,
masyado malayo.
sa Bulacan. Minsan masyadong malayo, wala pa, hindi handa, walang transport, walang livelihood. Bebenta, iwanan, mag-squat ulit.
Almost 5 decades na natin ginagawa yan.
That has been the cycle.
Yes.
So, to put an end to that,
Yes.
sabi namin, hopefully, doon sa San Juan, kung maging successful kami, yung in-city or near-city housing na parang hindi mo na inalis, doon na lang. So, the LGU has to provide the land, ang national agencies na ang magtatayo.
Paano mo i-rate yan? Successful ba?
Mukha namang successful. Initially, nakatayo siya for the past, 3-4 years. And Valenzuela is doing it also. Kanila, rental housing.
Okay.
May rental, may own. So, may mga LGUs na gumagawa. No? So,
Meron
I
ng
think,
model
meron na.
Nakakita na ng model. Okay.
So, at least meron na tayong prueba. Sana gayahin din ng ibang LGUs, especially those are under ng rapid urbanization.
Yeah.
In city or near city housing.
On that note, Senator, we let you go.
Thank you.
Pero pababalikin ka pa rin namin, ha?
Hopefully. So, if you need me for any siguro yung insights o yung suggestions. So, sana talagang yun na lang. I'm hoping that the President would mention it in the SoNA today. Yun nga, yung infra. Sana mabanggit din yung power. Pero ako tingin ko talaga, it's very vital for our economic development, no, in the coming years. Those two. Kasi otherwise, we will not be able to really compete with our neighbors. No? Kasi kahit na investment grade tayo, kung hindi natin ma-improve yung dalawang bagay, hindi pa rin pupunta ang negosyante sa atin eh. So, talagang power and infrastructure.
If you have any message?
Well, thank you to all viewers sa lahat ng nakasubaybay sa Daily Tribute. Maraming salamat. Kunin ko rin pagkakataon to thank all those who supported me. Hindi na tayo medyo kinapos na tayo, but the show of support even after the elections was really overwhelming, no? So maraming salamat sa inyong support sa good one. Hopefully we'll be back very soon.
We'll see the good one maybe a year from now in the cabinet.
We'll see. Tingnan natin. Siyempre kung tayo imbitahan ni Presidente,
You cannot say no.
it would be hard to say no to serve. Diba? Serving the President is also serving the people.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.